Hello, welcome back to the program. We've been working on our Ruby parser and it's taking shape pretty nicely, I think. A lot of little bugs here and there that we'll work through as we go, but I'm just kind of making videos about the big things and how I tackle problems and how I learn as I go. And obviously not an expert on any of this by any means. So hopefully you enjoy this style of learning and tackling these sorts of problems, and that's it. So tonight, I'm in the car. I don't know if you can hear the rain on the roof. It's a nice aesthetic, for me at least. I'm working on class and module definition. Should be pretty easy because it's going to look a lot like methods, I think, just without arguments. And we'll see how far we can get tonight on this. We'll do class definitions. Definition and parser.parse. Class foo, and we'll do a new line, and should equal, and I don't know what it should equal, so I like to run this through the existing parser that we're trying to replace so that I can see exactly what it should be. So if I say class foo end like so, then I get the structure, the AST that I want to replicate. And it's going to be exactly the same for a semicolon, because I can do it without a space. Anything else I want to do here? What happens, just out of curiosity, if I do a lowercase class? That's a syntax error. Must be constant. So, I wonder, yeah, why don't I go ahead and do that? Parser parse class foo should raise error, syntax error, and the syntax error should look something like this. And we'll come back to that in a little bit, but these are the two I want to work on first. And we'll go to our parser. We're using a parsing expression grammar that supports left recursion to build our parser. And let's go ahead and run the test. I'll put a make on there first to make sure everything's up to date. And test Natalie parser test. Okay, parse error on value foo end. And this hopefully isn't going to be too hard. Let's just go look for our method definition. And we'll say class G class. Wonder if I should just cheat and copy this. Class followed by an identifier. And we're not going to worry about the inheritance stuff yet. And then an end of line. End of line at least one of those. Let's make sure. Yeah. And then this will be class body, end of line, optional end of line or unlimited, and then the keyword end. And what we want it to return is a block and then a class keyword followed by the name, and I assume this is the superclass, probably is. So there's going to be class. We're going to evaluate the identifier. Not sure about this actually. So what happens if I do 1, 2, what does the AST look like? Class module name must be constant. Oh, right. Okay. So there's always the superclass. There's always a placeholder for that, and then optional body following. So for that, we're just going to do a nil for now. The identifier we're going to push. The body, we're going to push all of that stuff. And there is no nil body. That can go away. Okay, so then let's go copy this method body. Put it here, class body. You know, this looks identical. What would we call it? Let's call it a block body. And up here, we'll do the same. Because it's kind of like a block. Am I right? It goes all the way till, well, it just consumes as much as it can up until the end keyword, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, block body is good enough for now. There might be a better word for that. So let's see if our tests pass. Still a parse error. Class identifier. End of line. Now, end of line is either a semicolon or new line, so that should work. Block body, end of line, that's optional, followed by an end keyword. I wonder why that doesn't work. The block body is not optional, but it's not optional in our method definition either, because it doesn't have to match anything. Okay, let's try it without block body and see if we can get it to match. And this is gonna be commented out. Okay, still doesn't like it. Parse error. It's fascinating that it matched class. Possibly, I mean, I didn't think this would matter, but maybe it does. So we're gonna update our keyword rule, which makes sure that an identifier cannot be a keyword. Well, at least cannot start with a keyword. I just noticed there's probably an error here. Okay, not a big deal for now. Okay, still have, no, the error did change. Class foo and syntax error. It's interesting. Because this is not that much different than the method rule. And there's not much to match here. It's first, so it should work. What am I missing? Class, followed by the identifier. And an identifier is defined as not a keyword. Oh, because it's not capitalized. Okay. So let's say this is a constant. A constant is not a keyword, followed by a capitalized letter. I bet that fixes it. Ha, nice. Okay, so let's put this optional body back in there. No. We're doing test-driven development. We have to have a failing test first. So let's do one with a body of, I'll just spread this out. 1, 2, and so what we expect here is, let me look at the AST again. The body is just inline, so just each expression of the body just tacked onto the end there. So we're going to do lit 1 and lit 2. Hopefully that works. Well, actually this shouldn't work, right? We should have a failing test. And sure enough we do, but now we can make it green. So what I had here was block body end of line. Optional. And if we did our stuff right, then this should pass. And it actually causes sig faults. What did I do wrong? So on line 56, probably did. Oh, right, it's not E2, it's E1. That was my copy paste error. Yay! Okay, let's add that to the index because we have a good checkpoint here. We can reevaluate where we are. Take a look through here. So let's see if we can get this one to pass. This is the must be a constant. It's going to fail, but for the wrong reason. The message will be wrong. Parse error on value. So to make this syntax error be correct, I think I'm going to have to do constant or identifier. And yeah. So to make this pass, how am I going to do this? Let's pull this out, name, and say if name, say is upper name as string. We know it's a string. No, it's a symbol. Symbol. C stir. If is upper. No, say if is not is upper. Oh, I don't remember which header that's in. I think it's not this one though. I don't know how I like that. Maybe like that. Upper. Oh, I thought it was in C type. What's it in? It's in C type. Oh, I'm dumb. Okay, let's just back up so we don't look like a complete idiot here. Okay, sorry. Where were we? Name. How am I going to do this? Say if name. Ugh. We know it's a symbol. If name C, let's see. Name stir, name C stir. We'll do this is greater than 0 and name stir 0 is upper, or if it's not upper, that is. Well, we know it's greater than 0. It wouldn't have matched, so I can just nope. I'm just gonna leave it as a sanity check. Then I want to raise an error here. Why aren't you happy? What's wrong? Okay. I want to raise an error. Net raise env, and then this is the class name. This is the syntax error. Let's see. Yep. And we're going to paste that. Does that make our test pass? Yep. Okay. Let's add that to the index. Checkpoint. You know, in those games, when you get to a checkpoint, that's why I like to add stuff to the index in case I get lost. I wonder if... Sorry, I'm just kind of thinking without talking. I wonder if it'd be nice to have a little convenience on a symbol. Convenience method called IsConstant. And we do all of this. And we return like so. And then this is just self. C-stir, and this can just be mname actually. And I can just do it like this, mname. Yeah, it's a little bit nicer. And, well, that's kind of funny. How did it work over there? Okay, C-type for is upper. I don't know, it seems a little bit fancier, at least more readable maybe. So now I can say if not name is constant. Now, do all my tests still pass? I had to recompile the whole project. Yay! Okay, well, I think that's a little more readable, and we might be able to reuse this down the road. Okay, so what's the next step here? Maybe some inheritance. So let's say this inherits from, I should probably throw in like another name here just to try to come up with any edge cases. But let's do something like this. This one's going to be bar. This one's going to be 3 and 4. Just make sure this actually make sure this passes in MRI. It doesn't. What is oh, right. I have to do this. I have to require the gem. What are you unhappy about? Should have raised syntax error. This is my Ruby stuff. Parse error. So I need to rescue this one as well, I guess. Oh, come on. I don't know why I cannot type. Does that fix it? Go away, go away. Nope. Did something wrong. What did I do wrong? Oh, this is supposed to be const bar. That's going to be a little bit of a challenge. Possibly. Nope. There we go. Okay. How do we do this? So, class, how about we say superclass? And I have learned that I cannot do a question mark because if I do, then it throws off the indices for this subscript here, E0, E1. So it's a little bit unfortunate about this library. It's not my favorite thing. So it has to match something, even if that something is empty. Superclass. Kind of makes you wonder if I should like put the word optional or something, just to make that a little bit nicer. So optional superclass is going to be a less than sign followed by let's just look real quick. Can I do class foo inherits from let's see, bar equals object. Can I say class foo inherits from a variable? Yes, you can. Of course you can. That makes a little bit of sense. So, well, on that note, can I say class foo inherits from const get object like that? Oh, is it not const get? I thought it was const get. There we go. Foo superclass. Is that working like I think it's working? So this can be literally an expression? No. Oh, because I already made this one. Foo2 superclass should be bar, right? Yes. Well, so that can be literally any expression. And how are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? Well, to get the test passing, the only thing I have to reference is, or match, is const. So let's just make that happen. I don't even have it matching variables yet, but we can do a constant here. Oh, but that's going to break this. Okay, so, well, let's just go down this rabbit trail. So this is just going to be return E0 evaluate. Can't type. We're just going to return this expression, whatever it is. And I'm going to show you what I'm thinking. This constant right now is just a blank, like a bare symbol. That's if this even works at all. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm going to say if E dot, I've already forgotten, is it size or length? It's, because I did this before. Okay, it's size. Where did it go? I've already lost it. Okay. If E size is greater than 0, then we're going to do this. Else we're going to return a nil. Does that even make sense? Why can't you return a nil object? Why not? Well, fine. It's a value. Just trust me, okay? Okay, so I'm going to return a nil. And here, this is going to be, okay, that makes this 2, and this makes this E1, evaluate. E1 dot evaluate, that's right. Okay. Okay, I didn't even parse it, so I have an error with that. The white space shouldn't matter, I think. Just to see here. You have to type it right though. I don't think it's the white space that's not matching. Yeah, it's not the white space. Okay. Why aren't you working? So class and then the constant and then optional superclass followed by end of line. That's what this is here. Come on, this isn't that hard. Why isn't that matching? Okay. We're going to make it required instead of the question mark. And start process of elimination here. Still doesn't match. Let's get rid of this other stuff. Still doesn't match. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. So, oh my goodness. I didn't capitalize this. Okay. Sometimes you do stupid stuff and you just have to stare at it long enough until it pops out. And it happens to the best of us, even the most experienced. We make a typo and we don't see it because we see what we want to see. Okay, so what I was trying to say earlier is I knew this was going to happen. We got just the bare symbol instead of this const. So, you know what that means. We need to go fix that. And that just means we need to return something here, which is like array value. That's going to be new array value. We have to pass the environment. Then symbol value intern. env const. And I need a couple of these little squigglies. And you know what that means. It means I got to do it here too on Identifier. What is X here? It's an LVAR. Let's just say it's an LVAR for now. Return new array. A couple of those. Oh, no. No. Let's copy this. I did not mean to do it like this. This identifier has to be a thing by itself. Okay, so put this back. And this is a variable. You know, we don't even need it right now. So we only need it on constant. Right, because later on we'll have local variables. So we don't get ahead of ourselves. So we don't even have tests for that stuff. But constant, everywhere it is, oh man. No, I'm debating on if I just make another rule called constant identifier. And this one is the simple one that returns, oh no, it returns a symbol. Okay. Okay, I think I'm honing in on what we want to do here. Now this one can go next to identifier. It's the capitalized version of identifier. A constant is a constant identifier. And what we're going to put here is E0 evaluate. So now, that other place we had constant, which was here, now this can become constant identifier. Now, hopefully, everything is the way we need it to be. And all the tests pass, and all the people said yay. And we now have classes with no body, a class with a body. We have the proper syntax error if you don't do it properly, the name properly, and we can inherit from another constant identifier. Now, if I change this to like a variable, it's not going to pass, and I'm not going to work on that right now because I'm out of time for tonight, but I think we made good progress. We can now start doing some simple class parsing. Fun, fun. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Let's just commit all this. Added that. Let's actually add that separate. Nope. Nope. Really? Convenience method for symbol is constant. Yeah. And we're going to say add, just say parse class definitions. And module definitions are going to be very similar, just without the inheritance bit. Shouldn't be too hard. Cool. Hey, we're calling it good for tonight. Thanks for hanging out, and hopefully pretty soon we'll have a full-fledged parser that can do enough that we can actually start integrating this into Natalie and start replacing our reliance on MRI and the Ruby parser gem that we've been using. It's a great gem, but we want to own our own code and understand how it works and learn as we go. And the ultimate goal is to be able to parse Ruby at runtime and not rely on MRI, but actually rely on our own runtime to do that sort of thing. And so stay tuned. Hopefully that won't be too far off, and we'll get to do that together. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you next time. Bye.